If Hisbah can destroy truckload of bear, Southerners can destroy their cows too. Reno Mokri. Former presidential aide Reno Mokri has reacted to the destruction of truckloads of bear by the Hisbah command in Kano State. Daily Post had reported that the Kano State Hisbah on Tuesday confiscated 8,400 bottles of bear, which was allegedly smuggled into the state from Zaria, Kaduna State. Smuggled. Listen, okay? If there is demand for a product and and consumers are able and willing to pay for it, why should there be a smuggling? Because if there's that high demand and it means that it has to be smuggled, then what of the people that are drinking the beer? If drinking beer obviously now is illegal. This is the problem when we do not go with one way of one system of government and control. Because it's like, how can you use Sharia law in some parts of the country and you don't in other parts? Doesn't make sense. The goods, which allegedly belonged to a businessman from the southeast, were destroyed following a ban on alcohol in the state. Reacting, Reno Mokri in a post in his official Facebook page on Monday, said if the Northerners could engage in such act, well, it's not the Northerners, it's the Hisbah. Without confrontation from authorities, the Southerners can also destroy cows belonging to their counterparts. Honestly, there's literally no need. It will literally lead to nothing. It's just retaliation and a thing of, I don't know, pettiness. Yesterday, Kano, well, in his official page, he said this in his words. Yesterday, Kano Hisbah destroyed a lorry load of beer belonging to a southerner, and Nigeria did not collapse, even though Kano happily receives VAT from beer sold in the south. True? In the same vein, Nigeria will not collapse if southern states destroy any cattle caught grazing openly. We must refuse to live in a country where cows have more rights than human beings, Reno posted. Well, at first I was thinking, how does a destruction of a truckload of beer relate to southerners retaliating by destroying cows? I understand that, but it's just there's no point for the retaliation. I guess, to be honest, when there's no law and order, there's literally a state of anarchy. Literally, I mean, it might seem very much dramatic at this point from the way I'm describing it, but we have to admit that it is true. So again, it's like, okay, we get it. What's the point? I even think that it should be more of a thing of the consumption of the alcohol, to be honest. And again, it's like, why would you ban it when you receive VAT from alcohol sold in the southeast? That does not make sense. Okay, so again, I guess that hypocritical, well, how do you say, the hypocrisy? Yes, the hypocrisy of it all is just mind-boggling, to be honest. Let's look at what the comments say. Someone says, please, I urge my brothers and sisters in the south not to be barbaric in their approach just because in the north are in ours, because by doing so it only bring you down to a level which is contrary to your civilized way of life. All right, okay, we're not freaking to first world country. Right from the beginning, I never supported open grazing in the south, or banning of beer in the north. Two wrongs do not make a right. Well, that is very, very true. Very, very, very true. Hopefully a lot of people would, think like that. A lot of southerners would think like that. I mean, northerners as well. Someone says hypocrisy in the highest order in the so-called Nigeria, where you destroyed and condemned consumption of a product, but still shares in revenue collected on the same product. Who is deceiving who? Very true. Very, very true. This madness exhibited by terrorist northerners will only stop if southerners act more and talk less like the northerners, who are not talkatives but act decisively to protect their own interest. When you actually think of that, they do not talk. It's actions. It really is actions to prove what they want to do. And honestly, with the way that northerners are perceived, of course, I'm talking stereotypes now. Not all stereotypes are healthy, but yeah, basically that's it. if you actually think of it, it's more of action, to be honest. I think we're just a bit more patient in the South to see how things go, not to rush. But then again, you can describe that as, being aggressive or just, confrontational. Is not necessarily part of our culture, because again, if you look at our history, we never had prison systems. Everyone lived fine. We were very equal. We were rich. Everything was okay. So again, when it comes to prison systems and there was no need for us to go to war. There was no need for anybody to come and invade us, because we did not invade anybody else. Well, you can say yes, there were a few wars inter-tribe, but it was never necessarily anything where we always prepared to defend ourselves from any sort of attack, because we were not attacking anybody. So again, that answers a lot of questions, but then again, it's just that, because again, with the northern region, if you look at their history, with how the Fulanis even got there, looking at Usman Dan Fodio and the colonization of north of Nigeria. It took a very, very long time. But then again, that's why you can see that when it comes to the middle belt, there's sort of a mix of Yorubas and Hausas / Islam in some sort of way there. So everything is very much jumbled up. But again, when we undo a lot of our history, would understand how our history sort of decides or is basically part of the things that make up what we are today. So yeah, it's basically just that. So again, as this person says, Southerners and not being too talkative. Well, the fact is that our culture or it's not necessarily ingrained in us to fight, because there was never any reason to. Really, really and truly. So yeah. Someone says, if Hisbah can destroy BS, Southerners can destroy cars, nothing will happen. Do you think nothing will happen? Do you really think nothing will happen? If you see how ESN is being attacked every day by the government, not attacked, but obviously, being fought against by the government, you really think, look at what the husband have been doing, and not even one has been apprehended and said, okay, you did something wrong, you face the consequences. Not any of that has happened. So again, do you really think that nothing will happen? You really think so? Southerners were protesting and fighting for their lives and fighting for their rights to live, and what happened? More of them ended up dying. So let's be realistic with this, okay? Let us just be realistic with all this that is going on here. That's it. Put what you think about this in the comment section below, and do not forget to like and subscribe.